You're supposed to have writing on that.
Action!
You are supposed to have writing, but anyways.
Hey.
Well, we can just start right here because everyone knows it's Deadpool.
You're in the zone with Caribbean Game Zone.
Greetings, ladies, gentlemen, and all those undecided. This is Archie and Dean for CGZ Media, and we are here with the review of Deadpool. First impressions, Dean.
It was a movie that did everything it needed to be, and I liked it. Yeah.
Plain and simple. It was everything it needed to be, and really nothing that it didn't.
Yeah.
So that was really the best part about it. It was funny. It broke the fourth wall. I mean, literally, the fourth wall is no longer exists. And I cannot say this about many movies. I laughed until I cried. I legit cried and laughing in that movie. So that really was the biggest thing for me.
I was worried that they were going to overdo it with a lot of the jokes and like it would just be a lot of silly childish humor, but it wasn't. I mean, there was some silly childish humor, but it was at to the point where it wasn't overbearing.
Well, here's a question: is there such thing as clean, dirty humor? Because that's exactly what they found. They did not overdo the fart jokes. They were not really dirty, but it was still dirty, but it was still funny. And like you said, they definitely did not overdo anything. The minute when you said they were going to go too far, they brought it back, and there was never a dull moment.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I personally felt that the whole romance thing, it being kind of a romance movie, was kind of...
Was it a romance movie?
Oh, it was... The romance was a lot of the focus of the movie.
It was. But the thing is, even with the romance, they found the perfect partner for the Mark with the mouth.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, is there any chance this is going to be Lady Pool? Maybe, possibly.
I don't know, maybe not.
I'm just throwing that out there. Don't listen to me. I just make this stuff up. It's okay.
Yeah, but I really like the movie. I really like the characters. They stay true to the comics for a lot of the characters. Where having Deadpool be a smartass and having the X-Men be kind of Boy Scouts.
Yeah, I think the only, and this is just strictly me nitpicking here, the whole thing with him kind of being the smart aleck before and after his time with the Weapon X program was a little bit strange to me.
Oh yeah.
I always thought that after the transformation is when he started bringing the humor. But having that humor before and after still very well done.
Actually, you know what? I'm glad you mentioned that because I just remembered he wasn't a smartass like in the comics. He wasn't a smartass before.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He was a normal person, and then he was driven insane by these experiments. They decided to tweak that a little bit and make him funny before and after, and I think that helped the movie because it helped take you through those portions, because otherwise it could have just been this normal guy going through these normal things beforehand. The humor definitely helped it move along.
I felt that if they made it to where he was this normal merc before the movie, everyone would have just wanted to skip it.
Absolutely.
Wanted to go back to the point where he was funny.
Yeah,
nobody really wants to see a Deadpool movie where Deadpool's serious. That's kind of like...
Exactly. So they definitely did that, and I mean, romance, action, comedy, and by far the best Stan Lee cameo ever. That is just hands down. Now this is coming from me. I should definitely say that Deadpool is for a very certain audience. If you are part of that audience, welcome by all means. But it just floored me, and I'm highly impressed.
Yeah, it's definitely a movie where only certain people. Well, I want to say certain people, but it's definitely a movie where, as I even saw in the theater, you don't want to take your kids to.
No, absolutely not. It definitely say this is R-rated. Everything you think is in an R-rated movie is in this movie. Do not take the kids. You know, it is not for them at all.
I think they purposefully hit every single R-rated then you could get R rating for in this movie.
Absolutely. They did it. They needed to do it, and it works great. You know, other movies they try and dull it down to try and appeal to a larger audience. Deadpool, you stuck to your guns and you were better for it.
I mean, they kind of had to, because could you imagine the hate people would get?
The internet is vicious these days.
Yeah, the internet don't play.
Yeah, they will come back to you.
So,
I mean, I don't think there's anything more to really say. Final thoughts. What do you give this movie?
Give this movie 8 out of 10. Did what it needed to do. Didn't do anything more. Didn't do anything less. Did everything it needed to. Perfectly fine. Perfectly
fine. Well, I'm gonna step it up. I give it a perfect 10 out of 10 because even for the fact of things that it did differently, it still did them well.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna change my score. I'm gonna give it 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
Okay. Dean, 9 out of 10. Archie, 10 out of 10. If you are a Deadpool fan, if you are a fan of dirty humor, see this movie. We highly recommend it. I legit cried and laughing in that movie, so that really was the biggest thing for me.
Yeah.